from C Sportsnet. Undisputed. With Mason Tyler, Jason Gallagher, and Matt.
It's on. I just started it.
Oh, okay. Well, it's on. He just started it. Welcome back to Mason Tyler's Undisputed. My name is Mason Tyler. Joining me today, as always, is none other than Jason Gallagher, otherwise known as Durr. And for the first time in Undisputed history, we have a special guest. I don't like doing special guests too much because I like hearing my own voice. But, you know, it's kind of hard not to have him on the show when he's putting belt to ass to the field on a weekly basis. We have vKOLBY joining us. Say hello, vKOLBY.
How's it going, man?
Yeah, it's going pretty good. It's going pretty good. We got a lot to cover today. COTA happened. It was horrible. And
It's horrible. I wasn't here for any of this, so you guys are gonna have to inform me.
all right, so Dirt, to fill you in,
It was bad.
so we obviously, if we throw it back to week one of this podcast when we were talking about the preseason testing, Durr won the COTA practice race and was putting belt to ass at COTA. Now, obviously, you didn't show up for it, Durr, but you know who did was COLBY, and COLBY was near the front, I'd say majority of the race, as he does. And it drove like shit. Incredibly, just not a lot of rear turn, kind of tight. Some people got the hang of it, some people didn't. And it was you kind of had to shove people out of the way to gain some spots. And there was a lot of dirty driving, and we'll get more into the dirty driving part later. But
real raggy.
To put this in perspective, the race winner, who we are joined by COLBY, vKOLBY here, your best lap was a 118, correct?
Something like that. I don't remember.
The average lap of the rest of the field was probably about a 121, maybe a 120 on a good lap. So to put that in perspective, vKOLBY here was 2 seconds faster than the rest of the field. So it did not take long for you to get out in front and stay out front, did it?
No, I mean, okay. But that 13 did pretty good. The 71 started keeping up with us at the end of the race. So, I mean, there was some guys that made some promise. I mean,
yeah, well, I was going to get to that too. The 13 making his first start, the third wheel. As we all know, that Even Flow opened up the seat a little bit. Took some time out of the car to get some new people in it, and it paid off. The third wheel and the number 13, he was wheeling it towards the front, and then the 71 driven by Victor Delgado, NRA legend. He was up near the front pretty consistently, but everyone else, it was a crapshoot for fourth to about, I would say, 10th, and then 11th and 12th were occupied by B-Rad and Max Danger. So it was interesting. Me personally, I brought it home top 5, 5th, after running pretty deep in the field most of the race, so I can't complain too much. I didn't mind the setups, but the racing product itself was kind of rough, and then some turns were rough. 6A was horrible. The carousel sucked too. The final turn was a little rough, but once you got used to it, it wasn't too bad. It just, I think we're finding out very quickly that road courses don't do too well with these cars, and I think that will be reflected upon in next season's schedule, as Dylan said that COTA would probably not be returning to the schedule. He's pretty adamant against it.
thank you.
So yeah. I mean, even as the race winner, vKOLBY, you were not having a great time, were you?
I mean, it was fine when you were alone because you weren't getting moved. The minute I was near 2 people, it was the most miserable thing to deal with.
Oh, yeah. Well, the one restart, it was it might have been the first restart after the halfway when the big one happened, entering the S's, where 8 cars got involved. Yeah, it was bad. It was behind you because you were in the front, but somebody hit the first...
I was in it.
Oh, wait, yeah, you were. The first barrier of the S's and just took everyone else with. We also, I think, had a flip at one point, but No, it was stage one or stage. The first half was pretty caution free. Second half, not so much. And yeah, there was, to touch on the bit of aggression you were talking about. There's a few people I could pick out through my own little personal experience. The number 3 car of Luna was very not like she was not a fan of using the brakes. Let's put it that way. Even at one point, Dylan gave her a 2 out of 3 for essentially forcing me into a CC wall and taking out like 2 other cars. And honestly, I mean, it was pretty, or no, I wasn't forcing the CC wall. She's coming wide, entering 6A, where the CC wall is about to be. I'm on the outside, and I get pinched on the outside and collect 2 other cars. So, yeah, no, wasn't a fan of that. She was in the VC. You were in the VC, Colby. I made my frustrations very well known. But
there were some things said in MVC.
there was some. Oh yeah, I mean, if you've ever been in a VC with me, you know that I come up with new ways to insult people. I invent new words, and yeah, no. And then I think the funniest thing that came out of this race week was the practice footage of, it's in the Swift Discord server. Ray sent it, but a conversation me, Bottle, Dylan, and James had while we were chatting it up, doing open practice. And I don't know if C Sports will be able to find the clip. I'll probably repost it in NRA at some point. But yeah, they were talking about, not to bring up the past here, but the history of D2 and, me allegedly wrecking myself off another race truck at the time, which was simply not true. And, I'm trying to lock in for COTA practice, and they're just not letting me that happen. I'm trying to defend myself from what actually happened because I was driving the truck. But I digress. That's not what this podcast is about today. Today's about COTA, what's to come next, and what other bullshit happened. Another interesting stat line that came out, Dur, that you missed. Lowest attendance for a race. 14 exactly qualified, only 13 raced, and I believe only 11 finished.
Youch.
So
Was it really that low?
yeah, well, because James qualified. He qualified last, and I'm looking at the results right now. Only 11 cars finished. So here's how the results went. It was vKOLBY, Victor, Diamond Beast Law, Mystixo, myself, Sofor, Luna, B-Rad, Mirror, Skyronics, and Max Danger. So James didn't even start. Like he qualified and decided not to race because he wanted to play Minecraft. Then obviously the third wheel DNF'd because it got late. And then Axel Brady got parked, which
I forgot about that.
That was something. So yeah, only 11 finished after 13 started and 14 qualified. So we didn't have any DNQs for a change, which, I think for some teams, this would have been a beneficial race to try to make. I know for Swift Motorsports, it's not been quite the season Swift's been hoping for. I can tell you all about it because I'm the owner. And Aiden Morse, the driver of the number 11, was the only car to show up. And obviously, Ray couldn't make it because of employment, and then Victoria wasn't there. But I wanted to touch on this while it's fresh on the dome. The fall off of Swift Motorsports is going to need to be studied because right now, a team that has gotten all of their cars into the Final Four once before, or 3 of their 4 cars into the Final Four, back when the traditional playoff system was a thing. Their cars are 11th, 13th, and 14th in points right now. All of them outside of the current chase picture, which is tightening up as we have 8 races to go. And I don't know. And on the flip side of that same coin, DT Motorsports continues to prove me wrong, and from my initial judgment all the way back. And they continue to just be putting belt to ass about damn near everything they do. And to really nail that point home, DT Motorsports is leading the team standings by 159 points.
Job.
Look at the points, I guess.
159 points. To put that in perspective, the next biggest gap is third to fourth, with Full Throttle Racing at 266 points and Sky High Motorsports at 210, with a 56-point gap. From first to second, DT Motorsports to Swift Motorsports, 428 to 269, 159 points. Insane. And four wins, 4 poles, 8 top 5s, 9 top 10s from all their entries. The only team that's even remotely close to that would be Full Throttle Racing, at 5 top 5s and 8 top 10s and 0 wins, 0 poles. And the only other teams in there to get a win or a pole would be Hunter Haas Racing with a win and a pole each, and Nile O'Hare Incorporated with 1 pole. This is insane. Colby, you got, how do you do it, bro? How the hell do you do this? Like job? Like, you got to break it down for our lovely listeners.
I mean, I just run practice laps.
You know who else runs practice laps and had a whole meme made about practice laps? Me. But you don't see me winning.
Because you're washed.
I mean, that is true.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I have this show, so I can kind of make myself feel better and talk down about other people. Yeah, so, Dur, I mean, you haven't even shown up for the road courses, even though you were claiming to be the Shane Van Gisbergen of the NRRA.
It appears not. It appears you have someone
Dude,
else.
yeah. Dylan's been missing you. Dylan's been having to do these. He's been having to officiate solo, man. He only had Marcus and Hunter at COTA. Do you know that's like the duo of death and despair?
He probably did lose his sanity.
Oh, dude, I think he was pretty much checked out by the end of it. Marcus was a horrible pace car driver, by the way.
Of course.
Holy shit. I mean, well, Colby, you would know best because you were behind him most of the time, but dude cannot.
Dude, every time we got to the uphill section, he could not get up.
Oh, yeah. Getting up the hill under pace was a challenge. Aside from, he just couldn't drive. Like, he would stop randomly, or he'd miss a corner, or he'd be swerving and just lose all his. Like, it's so stupid.
I think he hit the tire barrier one time.
Yeah, no, that happened too, dude. Freaking. Well, Dylan said that he hadn't tested the pace car going uphill, so that might be why that happened. We can't put all the fault on Marcus, I guess, but
it's funny.
I mean, yeah, it's funnier if we put all the fault on Marcus. Yeah, and then I don't know. Hunter was on his usual Hunter stuff, so. Speaking of which, so we talked about Axel Brady a little bit earlier. So me and Axel were kind of having a pretty, rough battle for, I'd say, about 5 laps. He gave me the business as soon as he got to me. Ran me a little wide. I wasn't too much of a fan of it. I door slammed him back. He door slams me. It was brutal, but we weren't like wrecking each other, I guess. So I remember during the race, I think it was Dylan flying around. It might have been Hunter too. They're just keeping an eye on both of us because we're like beating the shit out of each other on track, dude. We're running side by side. And this was kind of the start of, I think, what was kind of ruining Axel's day in his mind. Because what would come later is that Axel he wasn't this, like, he had pace, but I don't think his laps were that consistent. Like, I think he always found himself in the back because there would be a mistake on his end or someone else would get to him. Something like that. In his words, he tried to race this race clean. He's like, the one race I decided to race cleanly. Now, do I believe that?
No.
I don't know if I do entirely, but I mean, this is Axel Brady we're talking about. And what ended up happening is I think he kind of went off the deep end at the end and started full sending people in the last few laps. And he now has a 2-race suspension that is not applicable to the All-Star race. So he will be missing New Hampshire and Charlotte. I believe Charlotte's after New Hampshire, right?
Yep.
Let me double check. Yes. So anyway, he will be missing out on New Hampshire and Charlotte. Lucky for him, though, it's the All-Star race this next week, which I don't know if Dylan will let him run or not, but the All-Star race is at the road course. So the New Hampshire road course, which I think some of us are kind of tired of road courses. I don't know about you, Colby, but I am.
I don't even know what New Hampshire Motor Speedway road course looks like.
You gotta look it up, dude. It's like a whole extension out of like their like usual track. It's kind of weird, but that'll be the All-Star race, and we just got revealed the format for the All-Star race coming up. If I can find it. Yeah, so All-Star race format. There's going to be no qualifying. It is a random draw of who shows up for the race. And the pit selection will be by car number. Now, one thing to note, as far as the All-Star race goes, for eligibility, this is important. All past champions and season 29 and season 30 winners are able to compete. These drivers listed, Diamond B. Slaw, vKOLBY, Axel Brady, King Prime, Nathan Inman, Mirror, Victoria, Mistixo, Dylan, Marcus, Brandon Johnson, and Zayden Davidson are all eligible. And then emphasis on past champions. Everyone else is getting an off week, so they're not even eligible. So people like Skyronics and Skyronics would not be eligible. Sofor would not be eligible. Max Danger would not be eligible. And I don't think Even Flow would be eligible either. But anyway, the point is, so it'll be interesting who turns out for the All-Star race. And because it will be, so it's divided up in 3 segments, according to Dylan. 8 laps across the New Hampshire road course. I know that doesn't sound like a lot, but 8 laps, winner locked into the final segment. Segment 2, another 8 laps, top 9 plus segment 1 winner locked into the final segment. So it's like heats, kind of. And then the final segment, 14 laps, field is inverted. Winner gets $10 Robux gift card. So that's Robux.
That's
For
Robux.
those of you, Robux. Now, not a substantial reward, but for someone who's desperate for a little Robux infusion, a little Robux cash infusion, that might be a little appealing to them. I mean, I might do it. I'm not sure yet. It kind of depends on how I'm feeling. There's no open practice this week either for the All-Star race. So,
Oh, there isn't? Oh, no.
I mean, he hasn't posted it yet, so I don't think so. I mean, I don't. I feel like he'd posted it by now if there was open practice. We'll find out later. And for those who are listening that are not familiar with the NRA Discord server, you can always check us out here on C Media, CSN. Watch the races there, catch the races there. RowRacing.com as well has all our lovely information. Not sponsored, at least this part ain't, but figure I'd throw it in there for those who are listening and like, damn, what the hell are they talking about? So that covers the All-Star race and a good chunk of COTA. I'm going through my list here. So we talked about Luna, we talked about Axel Brady, we talked about the Swift Motorsports fall off. Some silly season-ish, not silly season moves, but mid-season moves. Shocker Electric has been released by Saguaro Motorsports Group, by Marcus's team after being inactive. This doesn't really shock me, especially after it's been revealed that you can get multiple drivers in one car. DT Motorsports and Bottle Racing have already been using that. So I wouldn't be surprised if Saguaro tries to do that. Hell, I might even try to do that at some point with Swift, because I know there's some friction over there. But regardless, there's that's kind of the silly season stuff happening. And we were talking about points and me glazing DT Motorsports. Let's talk about drivers' points now, because I think this is where shit gets interesting. This is where shit gets a little real for you guys that don't think it's real. So, we are what? While this loads,
8 races?
we
to
are
the
6
playoffs, I think?
races into the season. And that's not a lot, but there's only 8 races left till the chase. So we're about halfway through the regular season. That's kind of nuts. But now, if I were to predict who's going to win the next 8, vKOLBY, 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 vKOLBY. But now it's a battle for second on back on who's making the chase. And looking at the point standings right now, that's looking kind of interesting to me. Durr, we lost you. You went inactive, brother.
Ooh.
So while Durr
whoops, there you go.
While Durr tries to reel himself back in.
Hold on, let me land. I was mid-flight. There we go. To the drink.
So, yeah, that's why I just got up and moved myself, because I was worried I was going to get kicked for the inactivity. Yeah, reset that little inactivity timer. But to talk about points, so vKOLBY obviously leading by a pretty significant margin of 43 points. That's definitely not small.
Job.
Over second place myself. This may be a little biased. The show may be a little inherently biased, considering positions 1 and 2 in points are talking about it. But B-Rad holding down third. He's only 3 points off of me, 46 points back from vKOLBY. And to expedite this, Diamond Beast Law, 4th in points after his win in Nashville a few weeks ago. King Prime is still holding on to 5th in points with his Daytona 500 win. And he's only made 3 starts. He's only started Daytona, Vegas, and Montana. And he's finished well in all of those starts. So that has put him in good standing. He does have the distinction of having the lowest qualifying average of any driver in the top 10 at 11.33, while his average finishes at 3.33, which is the highest average finish, but smallest amount of starts too. Axel Brady 6th in points. That number is probably going to go down considering his 2-race suspension. And another thing to note, to kind of so it's the top 8 that get locked in on points. 9th and 10th are, those are their wild card slots. Now, what does a wild card slot mean? A wild card slot means if you have a win and you're outside the top 10 in points, you're getting one of those spots. And right now, it's a really tight battle from, I would say, about 5th to 10th, because you got to keep in mind, King Prime at 118 points is 18 points above the cutoff of 8th. And below the cutoff of 8th, Northify in 10th is only 4 points back. So 5th through 10th, it's a point spread between 118 and 97. That is 21 points. So for you guys who are too lazy to do math, that's very tight. We were talking about this last time, and I think as these races keep ticking down, you're gonna see some desperation, especially out of the guys who are looking to prove themselves. Skyronics is 7th in points. He's got consistency down to a T. Now, is he good? Do you expect to see him towards the front? Hell no. This guy only has 10 laps led with an average start of 10.75 and an average finish of 9.25. He has the second lowest average finish in the top 10, only being beat out by Northify, who has an average finish of 11th across 4 starts. So, what's my point with all this? If you go back now, the preseason predictions didn't have a fraction of these guys in there. But now that we're pretty seasonedly into the season, 6th through 10th, man, That's going to be the places to watch. Maybe 5th through 10th, excuse me. It's going to be the places to watch. I think, not to toot my own horn here, and I think Colby can agree with us. Myself, Colby, B-Rad, if he keeps showing up, and Diamond B-Star, pretty well cemented at top of the food chain, with Colby being the top dog. You know, the guy who plays with his meat, you know? And so, and the rest of us, man, we're just you know, if Colby's playing with his meat, they're at the other top. Me, B-Rad, and Diamond Beast, we're like the hyenas getting the scraps. We ain't getting shit. And then 5th on back, oh, you're the meat, bro. You're like the steak. You're like the pork, the chicken, the bison, the deer, dude. You're all types of shit. Okay. And boy, do we love playing with meat here on Mason Tyler's Undisputed. But anyway, the point situation's interesting. And some notables that aren't in that picture, that aren't in that top 10. I already talked about Swift. Swift's been blowing cheeks. Ray Wolfo, 4 starts, 1 top 5, 2 top 10s, average finish of 9.75. Mirror, 3 starts, 3 top 10s, better, 17 laps led, 7.67 average qualifying start, and 7.33 average finish. Not terrible. That's pretty standard. Victoria, 3 starts, 2 top 10s, 25 laps led, which is pretty good, but an average finish of 8.33. Now, one thing I want to point out with all 4 of the Swift cars is that Ray has a DNQ and Aiden and Victoria both have 2 DNQs. So realistically, these numbers could be at 5 starts each, but that's just not what panned out, and that sucks. Mistixo, Swift affiliated car, Full Throttle Racing. He's been turning up the heat. When he shows up, he shows up to play, man. He finished 4th at COTA. He's my teammate at Full Throttle. He's driving that ugly ass Starry car. I'm just kidding. That's not a bad looking car. I just don't like Starry that much. 2 top 5s, 2 top 10s, and 3 starts with 9 laps led. Average finish of 6.33. That's pretty damn good. You can't, I mean, could be better, yeah, but you got to remember that I don't want to say the rest of us are no lives, but consistency is key, and getting a win would be huge. If I'm outside this top 10 right now, I'm getting real excited at the fact that maybe I can just maybe steal a win from Colby. But will it happen?
Hey,
probably not. Right, Colby?
It's not just me.
Okay, you were Diamond Beast.
Hey,
okay.
I gotta have my fun.
Yeah, you had your fun at Nashville. We were talking about that last time. We were talking about that. And now, were we in support of it? Hell yeah. I think Nashville was the most unanimously agreed, hey, we don't have a problem with Diamond Beast winning. You know, the only problem with you winning is that you win all the fucking time. The rest of us, we watch you play with your meat, dude. And the rest of us we're sitting here limp, got nothing going on, man. We need to get a taste of victory. Taste of that checkered flag, man. But will it happen to the rest of us? Probably not. So, to stop my little jaded rant in its tracks, people who were looking really promising at the start of the season but kind of fell off a cliff, I haven't seen Ethan Price in a while. And, 3 starts this season, Daytona, I want to say Daytona Auto Club in Montana. He was good. Dude, he was good. Average finish of 6.67. And he's 15th in points. He is tied with Victoria, and both are sitting at 3 starts. Ethan, I think if Ethan starts showing up again, he's going to be back in that top 10 thread in no time. He's just, we saw it at Daytona. Auto Club, he was pretty damn good too. In Montana, he was decent. He's just decent all around. I think, he could easily be in that kind of top 5 conversation, And another guy who kind of, I wouldn't say he fell off because he showed up to COTA, but he was kind of dog shit at COTA. Max Danger. Holy crap. You want to talk about someone who sucked at COTA? This dude was like 3 seconds off the rest of the field. He was constantly in the back. He just didn't have that speed, which, sometimes it's days like that. But I'm going to call it how it is and say, if there was multiple qualifiers, he would have had a DNQ there. He lucked out. That was a good point, a solid points day for him. Because a solid points day is just making the damn race, considering we had 24 qualifiers at Montana. So, Max Danger, who came into the series swinging with a solid finish at Daytona, and now has 2 starts, 2 DNQs. Even Flow, step back to a part-time role. Can't really factor him into this, but he's still 17th in points. Fallen is 18th, Cincy and me 19th, and so forth, top 20. Everyone else behind that, kind of here or there, shows up. The driver with and just outside that top 20, only one I'll talk about because we'll be here all night. James Loomis, 21st in points, average start of 15.33, average finish of 15th. That is the worst average finish in the league right now. And that is the worst average start. Oh, no, it is actually the second worst average start in the league right now. Only being beat out by Jack Kitchell at an average start of 18th from Daytona. So, and he also has 2 DNQs and 2 DNFs. If we were doing last car right now, I think James would be winning it. But we don't do last car anymore. Rest in peace, last car. So the point situation's looking interesting, and I think it'll sink in more when we get into New Hampshire, the road, once we get past the All-Star race, and then we get to that exact halfway mark, and people are like, okay, it's time to go. Maybe it's time for, I think we'll see, I don't think necessarily we'll see more aggression, but strategies are going to change. Fuel strategy doesn't exist, but what does is timing when you're going to go to pit road. Because if track position suddenly becomes the most important thing ever, and you aren't confident in working through the field, and it's actually just a shit show, which we've seen plenty of races now, you could flip a stage. You go through the first half, you don't pit, and you wait to pit till later, you pit early, and you take the lead for that second half. That could be the race. Now, I'll say this much. It's risky business, but sometimes you got to do something risky to win it. And with vKOLBY here, still doing his thing, I think that's what it's going to take. So, unless, vKOLBY, you stop showing up, but, you clearly showed up to this podcast, so you must not have a job.
No, I got classes tomorrow and then work the day after.
Job.
Dude was about to fall asleep. I thought I heard you yawning back there.
Oh, no, I did. Y'all didn't hear it.
Dude's getting a little tired of Undisputed, but who isn't? In other related news, Michigan just beat the brakes off of UConn. UConn tried reeling him back in. Didn't happen. We all saw this coming. What's your guys' thoughts on that?
All of March Madness sucks. My bracket was terrible.
Bracket was okay. I had Michigan winning on one, so I got plenty of points. I think I'm third. I finished third in the NRRA's bracket challenge, so I can't complain too much. I wish there was more upsets that lasted longer. It seemed like the upsets only lasted a round and then they went away. I think Texas was a 9 seed, right? And they got to
They won
Sweet
2
16,
games and that was it.
Yeah, and that was cool, but it's not like a smaller school, so I didn't really care as much. I thought High Point was going to be that team, but that thought was quickly diminished. So yeah, it's March Madness is over. Now we only got the NBA, and the MLB season is really starting to pick up now, so that's what other sports we got going on, and NASCAR. Rockingham just concluded. Cletus McFarland ran a O'Reilly Series race. There was no Cup Series race.
Got his ass kicked.
Yeah, he finished 30-something. I don't know.
32nd, 4 laps down, spun 4 times.
Yeah. He
His
didn't
interview
finish
was fun,
last,
though.
so. What'd you say, Colby?
His interview was fun. You got to listen to it.
He always does good interviews. It's good. He's got good PR for the sport. Now, why is he all the way up in O'Reilly's racing already? Beyond me. And the fact his buddy LS George is trying to work his way up there too.
Yeah.
I think LS George doesn't quite have the appeal as Cletus does. So I think if the farthest he'll get is probably ARCA, but we'll see. I could be wrong.
At least Cleet didn't do what he did at Charlotte and ARCA last year. That was funny.
Dude, that was the dumbest shit ever.
I was on pit road. I saw that shit happen.
Yeah, no. Love the guy, but needs a little bit more seat time. So
I think Dylan only went to the ARCA race because Cletus was in it.
nobody cares about ARCA otherwise. ARCA has fallen off a cliff in like the past 10 years. Like if you go back like 10, 15 years, like let's say maybe not 2011, but like I'd say 2014 to 2018 was pretty good for ARCA. And then after that, 2019 on up, kind of just got shittier and shittier. I mean, that's how many people like, you know, that's why I like Kyle Weatherman. You know, I started watching him in an ARCA, and then he made it up to O'Reilly's, but now he doesn't have a ride. But then you also have frauds like, you know, Drew Dollar, Joe Graff Jr., the list goes on. That are no longer in the sport. Dude, I wonder what Drew Dollar's doing right now, because I thought he was actually going to stick around longer than he did. Like, real talk.
His highlight was doing the same thing in ARCA and Xfinity the same day at Daytona.
Yeah.
Where he lost it off of 2 at a plate track.
Dude, I thought, honestly, I was kind of thinking William Sawalich was going to be like another Drew Dollar, especially after last season. But him winning Rockingham was big for him, so got to give credit where it's due. But what do I know? What else? What else? How many minutes we got, Dur?
We got 36.
Oh, man, we got 20 minutes. Holy shit. We got like 15, 20 minutes. vKOLBY, we're going to give you your own segment here. So talk about what you'd like to talk about. Talk about DT Motorsports. Talk about, you know, your dominance in the NRA. What's the vKOLBY got to say about his success so far in the National Racing Association?
Rest of y'all are weak as hell and slow as shit, honestly.
Damn.
Wow.
I mean, I'm out here doing all shits and giggles like at New Hampshire or whatever. Or not New Hampshire, I'm Nashville. Like last to first in 2 laps. Dude, I'm just having a grand old time. Like, come on, step it up a little bit, please.
Dude, I'm trying, man. Just for you, I'm trying.
Oh, thank you so much.
I mean, I thought I did okay at Vegas and Auto Club. I thought that was decent.
Dude, Vegas was so much fun.
Yeah, I people shitted on Vegas, but I honestly didn't think it was that bad. If you were in the back, granted, I will say this much. If you got trapped in the back at Vegas, you're going to get trapped. But if you can get around it, like, if you remember that Ethan Price was holding the, like, kind of pushed me to the outside wall. You can make the outside work if you got a good enough run, but I mean, it was like a chaotic type of fun.
I mean, but am I the only one that thought side drafting wasn't that bad?
I thought I didn't think it was terrible. I thought Auto Club side drafting was perfect, but Vegas was a bit excessive.
Well, no, because you know my internet said otherwise at Auto Club.
Yeah, that was the one race you didn't make. Honestly, I think you would have liked it.
That and Daytona, 1 lap, and the internet just shits the bed in a pole.
Dude, I kind of wish the field limit would go back up. Not that, like, I know people worry about lag, but now that we've gotten so many races with lag being kind of a non-fact, like, the only thing I noticed about COTA lag-wise, I thought there was some input lag before we shut down the server. Like, yeah. I felt like my inputs were delayed. But maybe I'm crazy. I don't know. I was, sick running it, so, which has been a common trend this season. You know, I was sick at Daytona, and now I'm sick after COTA. I mean, dude, my immune system just sucks. But yeah, I don't know. But I mean, here's the thing, vKOLBY. What do you think? All right, I'm going to ask you an honest question here, and I'll only be sort of offended if you don't say me. Who do you think are if you could pick out, maybe top 5 kind of contenders aside. So 4 other people. If you could pick out 4 other people to formulate a top 5 of the NRRA right now, who would you pick?
You, Diamond, and I gotta think on these other 2. Like, I like B-Rad, but I don't think he has the pace at times.
Oh, dude, he definitely did that COTA, bro. He was like 11th the entire race. The only driver he was better than was Max Danger, dude.
We lapped him at one point.
Oh yeah. Well, I got just barely lapped, but I was kind of mistake prone in that first half, so I got myself only to blame for that.
Let me look at the points, dude. I don't know half of these fucking names.
I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be off points. It could just be off races.
No, I'm just looking for names because I know not a soul in here besides my teammates.
Well, hold on. You know me.
I know you and like Marcus, Dirt, and Dylan or Cobalt, whatever. But like other than that,
Whose instances are going off?
Yeah, that's mine. I guess Axel, dude. I mean, he'll rough you up for a win.
Oh, dude, yeah, we all know that by now. But he ain't gonna be in the next 2 races, so
he'll find a way to make the playoffs.
Yeah, I think he will. He's like a roach. He's hard to get rid of, man. You can't kill him. You can't. He's very resilient.
God, I guess I have to throw B-Rad in there. Damn.
Not Mystixo, not
Well,
you could throw. I mean, I would throw in Mystixo, maybe Luna, low key. Overpaid. Overpaid was strong for a bit.
I feel like Luna is gonna get suspended at some point, and that's just gonna be that.
That's a hot take, but I like it. I kind of agree with you, low key.
Did you see the shit she was pulling at COTA?
Yeah, I was there. I was the butt end of some of that shit a lot of the time. So
another thing, like she was bad. Well, she wasn't that bad at Nashville, but she had her moments. I mean, for that 5th spot, it's either maybe Mystixo or B-Rad. One of those 2.
I'd
personally put
Mystixo there. I can get behind that. I know, like I said, I know Overpaid doesn't listen to these, but Overpaid, like, just taking DNF points for 2, maybe 3 weeks in a row now, starting to hurt him. He needs to come back. Derek, where's your driver at, man? Come on.
The Bronx.
In the Bronx?
Shot dead in the Bronx.
Shot dead. Yeah, that sounds like where your driver would be. I thought Ariel was decent at Nashville, too, but it's the only start Ariel's made. You picked him good, Derek, but the thing about Overpaid is he's like a less stupid Axel. Like, he's very aggressive and very unapologetic and loves to rage bait. And, you remember, Colby, you remember Montana. I wouldn't say we were gunning for him, but, we weren't exactly rooting for him.
Didn't race him nice.
Yeah. I mean, that was, Auto Club too. Auto Club, I'd say we got into each other plenty of times, but he's been nowhere to be found.
I don't think he's quite like Axel where he'll just kill you.
Yeah, no.
But he's that type of like aggressive racer.
Yeah. I agree. I couldn't have said it better myself. I think Axel is all this like unchecked rage and despair and destruction, where Overpaid
is like a ball of hate.
Yes. And well, it's more clear. Remember the clip he sent from Montana? He's like, "Oh, I had to mute the clip." And I'm like, "What could you have possibly said in that clip?" What do you mean? I mean, there's plenty of clips of me out there where I say some wild stuff, but most of it's funny. I like to think.
Heinous shit in there,
dude. I bet Dirk can make some guesses because I'm pretty sure you might have been listening on that. Yeah, that would do it. We can't have that here in Undisputed, unfortunately. I mean, they already censor. Do I want to make Sean's, or do I want to make Gene? Is it Gene or Sean, or how the hell do you say it? Gene, I think. I'm gonna say Gene. I want to make Gene's job harder and you know,
It could be
make them.
hard.
Oh my god! Oh! Oh my fucking god! No, get the camera! Money!
They're gonna have a field day with that. They That's gonna be great. I can't wait for that part.
10-second center.
You know, I'm waiting for
It might just
Hunter
be
to go
cut
through.
out.
Hunter is going to go through all this and start clipping it because Hunter is our dedicated clip farmer. Thank you, Hunter. And that is going to be probably the clip of the week. Oh, wait. You know what we haven't done in a while? The cinder block of shame. What is today? What is the weekly cinder block of shame? Who wins that? And I think I already know who.
Axel.
Axel. Take 2 race suspension. Cinder block of shame this week goes to Axel Brady. And then, what we were at. Nashville didn't really have a cinder block of shame because I think everyone was pretty normal. I think we talked about that. But yeah, if there's a cinder block of shame winner, Axel Brady winning it 10 times out of 10. I think this is his second cinder block of shame this season.
It's so
Because I think-
funny because like he got parked like as I was coming out the final turn to take the white flag. There was
Seriously?
just a massive smile on my face.
Dude, I didn't even see how he got parked. I just saw he didn't finish the race. So I mean, yeah, no, I mean, if you I'll say this much. As much shit as we talk about Axel, he is the source of some serious comedy in this league. Like when Ray into the pit wall on Montana.
man.
That was the funniest shit ever, dude.
That B-Rad clip that he made
Yeah.
had me rolling, bro.
Dude, B-Rad making that edit, that was funny. I mean, B-Rad is having a content farm with this. If he wanted to do this again with Axel, he totally could. You could call the Axel Brady files continue to grow, and it's I mean, it's hilarious for you know those of us who are
Brady
directly
files.
involved in it. The Brady files.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's dude. But I guess to pad out the clock a little bit more here, since I think if I were to guess, we got 10, 15 minutes to go yet.
We're at 47.
Okay, so we got a little bit more time. So now that we're close to halfway through, vKOLBY, since you are our resident winner of everything, our next up on the schedule for points paying races: New Hampshire, Charlotte, Mexico City, Pocono, Indy, Chicago Street Course, Michigan, and Atlanta. That is the rest of the regular season. Are any of those ones you're looking forward to based off the setups we've gotten from road courses, intermediates, and stuff so far?
Let me quickly look back at the schedule because my mind just went blank for some reason.
Happens to the best of us, pal.
I think Charlotte's going to be the one where I'm probably going to run a lot of laps. Other than that, it's just going to be having shits and giggles and having fun.
Yeah, I will say this much. I think I'm looking forward to Charlotte because the practice race we did there, I won, and I felt pretty good about it. So maybe you won't be alone in being, in contention. But I don't know. Dylan keeps gassing up B-Rad for Charlotte, which, I mean, remember the old joke, B-Rad this, B-Rad that, and I'm glad that's died down. Now it's Colby this, Colby that, but I'd rather say Colby this, Colby that than B-Rad this, B-Rad that. So we'll see. I mean, it'll be interesting how these next few races shape up. But since we got some road courses coming up yet, are you actually going to drive one of these road courses coming up?
Hopefully, if I'm actually home for one of these.
Like Mexico, I mean, you could do the All-Star race probably if you wanted to, unless you're hosting it, because Dylan said he's driving. So
Dylan is driving.
Wait, he's driving? Oh, no.
yeah, so Dylan will be driving for Hunter Haas in the number 4 car at the All-Star race, for those who don't know. And, Dylan, I mean, I don't want to say, he hasn't been in an NRA car in a while, but he's the one who's literally developed these cars. So I expect him to be a threat. Dude, he keeps saying that the racing itch is like kind of getting back to him. So when D2 comes around, I would not be shocked if Dylan does a full season of D2. Now, for who hosts that remains to be seen. But, I mean, anybody's guess. But I will say, out of the tracks coming up next, I'm feeling good about Charlotte. I think Mexico City will be kind of a cross between COTA and Montana, because it's not as like hilly, but it's also some sharp turns. So I think that will be interesting. Pocono could go a lot of different ways. Indy will be probably like a plate track, realistically. Like it'll just probably be follow the leader. Then
I wanted to say this. Now that we've done COTA, man, I appreciated Central Montana so much more.
Oh yeah, me too, dude.
Fun to race there. Dude, COTA was
Why do you think I did 200 laps of practice? Like, dude. It was like,
weren't you drunk? I mean,
okay. So I was drinking and driving. But it's not, I mean, I had nothing better to do. I'm off work. I'm, don't have any schoolwork to do. I got nothing to do. Like, all my buddies are busy. Can a guy just sit at his computer, hop on Roblox, hop on his favorite row racing league, open practice session, and run a bajillion laps at a track that he knows will be very skill-based? And then he proceeds to blow it by...
Where did you finish? Like 8th?
I finished 10th because the limiter thought I sped on pit road. I didn't. I'm glad that new update was added, so it actually tells you the speed and people are held accountable. But I can maintain I wasn't speeding. My car blew up red, so I don't know. That could have gone a lot differently, but I mean, I can't really say much because it's not like I'd be first in points. I'd still be in second, just a little bit better. So,
man, I'm gonna mellow out until Charlotte. Man, I want to.
Dude's just gonna like play. Dude's gonna like lounge.
I'm gonna play with my.
He's got his dick in his hand. He's maybe he's got his hand on the keyboard, or maybe he's got a beer in his hand and then hand on the keyboard. I don't know.
All I know is he's doing the one-handed.
Yeah, he's doing
race
it
with
one-handed.
arrow keys for a race. You know how it is.
He's gonna use an Xbox controller for a race.
Oh, good. Ooh, that'd be
dude.
bad.
That would. I mean, that might low key be better for brake turn, but I haven't tried it. I don't know if I want to try it.
Might try it at the All-Star race.
Dude, honestly, that wouldn't be a bad time to. I will say this much. COTA didn't cramp my hands up as bad as Montana did. Montana was freaking... Dude, I felt like I got carpal tunnel, bro. Like, holy shit. COTA wasn't near as bad, but maybe it's because less sharp turns, I don't know. Or more banked turns, or I don't know what the difference could be, but...
It's weird, because, like, some people got cramps, like they were complaining in chat, and you were there for it. Like a lot of people kept complaining about hand cramps.
My fingers cramped up a little bit, but it was not near as bad as Montana. But I don't know. I mean, yeah, hand cramps have been an issue on road courses. So this road racing shit ain't a game is kind of the point I'm getting to here. It's serious. We're going to make it to the majors one day. Dude, so we talked about Daniel Dye last week. Not last week, 2 weeks ago. Because we didn't do an episode last week. We talked about Daniel Dye, and now he kind of doesn't have a job. And Corey LaJoie, out of all people, took his job. So do you think Daniel Dye comes down to the NRRA and really tries to hone his skills? Because, shit, man, I'd hire him.
Because, like, I remember that stupid-ass Roblox game about whatever track that the practice
St.
Petersburg. Yes. Did he drive that? Like
I feel like he probably did. Maybe he was on a burner and he did it.
Dude, that dude, maybe. I wouldn't count it out.
I mean, what is he doing now? He doesn't have a job. He's not racing right now. I don't know if AM racing looks like they're about toast. Dude, that's a whole nother topic in itself. Ford is about to be non-existent in the O'Reilly series after Bristol. Hedinger Racing is taking a break. So, I mean, that's just bonkers to me. But I will say Ford is not dead in the NRRA. There's plenty of Fords. Honestly, the least amount of menus, there's probably not a lot of Toyotas. So it's a lot of Dodge, Ford, and you got some Chevys in there. So
I was gonna say the only one I really remember is like Dodge.
Man, your Android is making noise.
Dude, it's fucking Marcus messaged me on Instagram.
Marcus messaging you.
Rules.
Dude.
Yes, and he does it all the time.
Because that's all he does. He'll hop in the Swift Cord server, and he'll hop in and he'll screen share him scrolling through reels, and it'll just be him, Ray, Victoria, sometimes Cole, and they'll just be watching it. I guarantee you that's what's happening right now. Actually, he's streaming YouTube. Right now, I'm looking at it. They're in the HQ. You guys won't be able to see it. But Marcus, Ray, Aiden, Victoria, and Cole are all in there right now.
We can't be serious.
Yeah, dude, I don't mind exposing them. You know, I'm just kidding. I mean, it's not to throw shade at them. It's just what happens. But no, yeah, I don't know. I will say this much. I know RDM is kind of RDM and Swift are kind of the main two servers where the calls happen. I feel like. Sometimes elsewhere, but no, dude. Speaking of RDM, one day we got to have an episode of RDM's legacy in NRA, and will they ever come back? Definitely not, but that'd be interesting to talk about because I helped found that team, but few know that. So, damn. But, yeah, I don't know, but. Lots moving in the NRA space, you know. New Hampshire Road Course, the All-Star Race is up next. Then the New Hampshire Oval. And I'm excited to see what's coming. And Dirk, can we get a time check?
We are at 57.
Perfect. That's a perfect spot for us to wrap up. vKOLBY, thank you for joining us today. Maybe we'll have you on again at some point. Dur, thank you for being Dur and maybe sharing about 5 sentences. And my name is Mason Tyler. This has been another outstanding episode of Undisputed, talking about a bunch of nonsense, and we hope to see you next week.
Undisputed with Mason Tyler, Jason Gallagher, and Matthew Mistixo.
This telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or re-uploaded in any form without giving explicit credit to C Media, the featured properties under its C Sports division, and the sanctioning bodies featured in this presentation.